What's next on the agendoid? If I recall, I think it was back to Lynchwood to finish up the Bane and 310 to Kaboom. Also, I'm drinking grapefruit flavored Izzy. Pretty good.
If Hyperion invades the city, I'm gonna be the first to get shot.
Guns, guns, guns! Later, Vault Hunter!
Doll Elite. In my opinion, the best looking doll skin.
Remember,
Also,
You're safe.
the easiest to acquire. Doll Predator is the most difficult, or most time consuming. And looks the most garish? Gaudy? Either of those terms fit. Passionate and analytical at 100% maximum power.
Hey, Sam.
I can't just let a double tap go to waste, even if it's a green. If I did, I think I've discussed this at least in passing in previous episodes, but if I did, let's say a green only run,
high quality, low prices.
I wouldn't do a white only. I'd do a green only,
Have too much fun.
Jack's gonna kill us all.
and I would most likely do it as Krieg. And I can pretty much guarantee that I would get lots of use out of the double tap. As Krieg, though, I might get more use out of my other favorite.
I ain't a real doctor. Be careful out there.
My other favorite assault rifle, the Torg Lance.
Guns, guns, guns! Always happy to do business with a Vault Hunter. Come back anytime.
Don't have too much fun, he said. He don't know me very well, do he? I don't know how to not have too much fun. That looked like an eyeball. Eyeball in a box.
When you think murder, think Marcus Munitions. Farewell, friend. Get your health and shields right here. Please insert any donated organs into the receptacle below.
Pangolin part. One of the few shield parts I recognize. Because it's, it's visually eye-catching and distinctive. It looks like a honeycomb. One of my favorite cereals.
FYI, it may take some serious convincing to get Claptrap to head to Thousand Cuts.
Honeycomb. Golden Grams. Mucilix. I could probably pass this electric splat gun on.
Let's just get this out of the way. Yes, most of my merchandise was ripped from the hands of dead adventurers.
But another part of me wants to get the absolute maximum amount of use out of those. Maximum amount of use out of all E-techs, but perhaps especially splat guns, because most Borderlands 2 players think they suck. But they don't entirely suck. It's more like they just start to lose their luster on UVHM. But so do a lot of things.
We'll make it through this.
I just realized I'm going to be killing Nisha while speaking in Jack's voice. Never thought about that before. I'll make sure that's Yeah, I know some of these are over-leveled, but it's normal mode's fault for not leveling higher. I put forth the effort to level up my character by doing side quests. Don't blame me for putting forth the initiative. Don't want to pick up 310 to Kaboom just yet, because I forget where all this
It's a fine day.
medicine and such is.
Farewell, friend.
Food, I mean. Got the medicine already. It's the food for Dukino. How much you want to bet someone somewhere has named their dog Dukino in reference to the skag Dukino? Well, what would be the fastest?
A couple of you have learned that
I'm gonna put the Bane on.
Jack, my boyfriend. If you're worried, that means I just...
Rather, I mean, I'm gonna put the Bane mission
I disappear.
on. Jack's voice. You have to admit, it sounds funny.
You know, they have feelings too.
I'd like to remind you folks not to cut down anyone hanging from my gallows.
Reload.
There is a warning for the rest of you. Well, as entertainment. So the next time you see someone gasping for air from a coil of rope, you just let them swing in the breeze.
Gasping for air, that means you didn't do it right. The idea is to break their neck.
That was murder by most definitions.
They're enemy combatants. It's not murder if they're enemy combatants.
Oh, maybe they were just having a bad day.
No excuse. Feelings are no excuse either.
They were probably just defending themselves.
Definitely the same mentality as those idiots from RoboCop 2. Oops.
Their clothes were probably made by slaves.
Ha! Explodey go nuts.
All Prometheus who can't afford ammo, you know.
You know, in the zone, killing bandits is considered a public service. It's a good thing that went ahead and exploded.
You think it's weird that we're feeding skag parts to other skags? It's kind of weird. That feels weird.
They might have been raised in a broken home.
That don't make me no never mind.
Most serial killers thought they were good people too. They were probably just defending themselves. Not donating to charity, you indirectly murder thousands of people every day.
Don't even bother trying to guilt trip me. Guilt and shame are weapons of the weak. Too bad. Needler from Halo.
Deputy Winger again. If you know anyone with information regarding the whereabouts of a Vault Hunter, please tell them to come in of their own volition. Otherwise, the sheriff will torture the information out of them. I'm trying to help you here, people.
Fuse time was too high on that. Not terrible, but just a bit too high for my taste.
Better run! Oh my god, I was fire! Bury me with Scotty!
Actually couldn't see him. Can't decide what to use.
They had a family. Oh, great. Now you're wasting ammo.
Family, isn't that what the foot soldiers said about themselves in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
You should. It was murder by the
Nuh-uh.
Sure, an off-roading there who can't afford ammo, you know. Good job ending that life.
I wouldn't have missed that first shot had I been using
They were probably just defending themselves.
either a Jacobs or a Malawan.
There you go, Sheriff. Those are the guys who robbed your bank last week. I accept cash. All right, here's your 10,000. The warrant says 20,000. The warrant also specified alive. Fair enough. The hell you looking so sad for? You're still making more money than anyone around here will see in 6 months. It's not the money. It was just easy, you know? Too easy. What's the matter? You didn't get enough glory in the military? Oh, there was plenty of glory. Just the kind that winds you up on this hellhole of a planet. Angel, are we hearing this live right now?
Yes. Why?
Get the Hyperion Truth Network on the line now.
Doggone it. Stop doing that.
Don't get
What did I end up accidentally selling? Can't even tell, so I can't. Well, this is all the stuff I meant to sell, and if 8 out of 30.
to do business with a vault hunter.
You've got me to thank that you're living in a town called Lynchwood, everybody. You know what Jack wanted to call this place? New Haven. I love the name. It doesn't
I
exactly
got
have a
them.
word.
You need them.
I'd take a double tap over
See you
a
soon.
minigun any day. Did you know some Borderlands 2 players actually don't realize that Flat Off makes 2 different assault rifle barrels? Like, I try to explain to them what a double tap is, and they're like, no, Vladoff makes the spinning gun barrel. They make 2 different barrels. Good on. Overkill.
Had to get rid of it.
Still acting like it's such a big deal. It's just a nuisance. It's not like it kills you when you try to shoot it. And I will have to use it since it's well, I know I don't have to. But it is a Hyperion-made weapon, so I should get some use of it. Didn't think I'd make that. I might have mentioned this before, but I used to think the Rakel was the best standard issue Malawan sniper rifle for Sal to Zerk with. But I've since changed my tune on that. Cactoids.
A couple of you have learned that Handsome Jack's my boyfriend. If you're worried that means I'm just a pretty face who got this town as an anniversary gift, well, you know where to find me.
I've been raised in a broken home. At least you'll stop shooting for a little while.
I need to get my mitts on some elemental crowdsourcing.
The next time you see someone gasping for air from a coil of rope,
So what was I saying before? I forget if I finished my thought or not. She mentions people hanging and gasping for air.
Maybe I'll still let you go.
That's not how you hang somebody. That means you didn't take the right measurement, or you didn't take the measurements right. They're supposed to die instantly.
Goddamn mercs!
Watch your mouth.
Help!
Purple explosions would imply slag. Typically. Bash you into paste. I know I've mentioned this before. That might be an Army of Darkness reference. Fired one shot more than I needed to.
Goodbye.
This is the sheriff. If you're here, that means one of two things. You're looking for a nice, quiet life. Or I'm gonna watch you kick out your last hanging from one of my gallows. Given enough boring things to get her out here, I do hope it's the latter. Welcome to Lynchwood.
I disappear.
Needed a bigger gun, you say? Not the size it counts, it's what you do with it. That's what Chucky says. Yeah, and which one was it? Bride of Chucky, I think?
Goodbye. Gotcha.
This is an example of a situation where you might prefer a dull scope. It's easier to maintain situational awareness with less zoom. Hence the legit reason why a lot of us prefer iron sights. Zoink! The moment I heard that lab rat, I knew I had to be mindful. I'm not running. Action movie.
This is the sheriff. Rumors that Lynchwood might be
Well, at least you're not a merit.
civilized is opportunity are not to be believed. Let Jack have his ivory tower. I came to Pandora for action.
I've pointed this out before, how philosophically inconsistent this is. If she came to Pandora for action, then what's with all these laws? Well, I'm not going to take the time playing with all these bandits. I chose just the right time to cross. Look at the dance. The doggy dance. I could probably splice that together with that cut and looped riff from the theme song from Freaked by Blind Idiot God featuring Henry Rollins that I love so much.
He still looks hungry, huh? Well, maybe some skag tongues will fill him up. Just shoot enough skags in the mouth and you'll have a freaking smorgasbord ready for him.
I disappear.
Guess I didn't need to switch. I was thinking of the pig sticker I have on this Morning Star. This Morning Star. Well, obviously what I mean is the Morning Star that I have.
This one
Da-
strong. Ghosting.
Overkill. There's another one.
I see everything!
Finish you. I'll take a moment to take a swig of my drink.
Sheriff has asked me, Deputy Winger, to remind you all of the individual punishment for breaking the 283 laws. Every single list is unconstitutional death. Punishment for everything is death. So please keep your head down and be cool.
Ah, yeah.
Your face!
Finish you!
Ghost.
Finish you! Well. Quasar time.
Great! Now you're wasting ammo!
Caseless ammo. I know the voice said I'm wasting ammo.
Sheriff is offering $500 for every Slab Scout. Slab King's none too happy about what she did to him. Keep your eyes open.
Well, the thing is, under ordinary circumstances, I almost never use Hyperion sniper rifles. Ha! Thought you were going to get the literal drop on me, but I saw your dot on my map. And had the perfect weapon ready. Actually, an even more perfect weapon would be a Hulk or Ravager.
Goodbye.
Ha! I'm having too much fun, Marcus.
I disappear.
Bring it. Gotta check this chest. Up here. Was actually stuck on that. What? I'd still favor the synergy. I know there's one level difference between them, so it's not really an apt comparison.
Goodbye.
Who's got the electric weapon?
I disappear.
Can't see. Too much glare on my screen.
Goodbye.
Did you mention the fridge? Recycled voice file. Pretty sure Explodey is Explodey Go Nuts. That's how you get the best Torg skin. I don't remember if I've already gotten the best one for Zer0, the best Torg skin for Zer0 Go Nuts. Go-Go. Give me a reason to scream, you. Finish him. He had a Torg. Rocket rifle, probably. A Torg Rocketeer, probably. Finish him. Everything is reloaded and ready to go. Some of this scenery reminds me of Rango. Good movie. The main character, the title character, is literally a karma chameleon. Karma chameleon. All these corroded guns. Always has a dull barrel, if I recall. There's a dull grip. TDR stock. If it had a dull stock, it would be a perfect hybrid. Is that the rebel yell? I mean, is it meant to sound kind of like the Confederate rebel yell? Talking Hyperion guns. You wouldn't think Hyperion would be quite so whimsical. Fire rate. Called it. Now if I can get all these to 14.7, I'll have a pattern going. I do intend to do 310 to Kaboom. Which would be the better plan of action? Should I go ahead and go over there and kill all those rats and such, take on the mission, and do it with them out of my way from the get-go? Or should I turn in the Dukino mission and then do so? Because if I turn in the Dukino mission and then do that, then I'll have even more time at my disposal. Time that's not being occupied by rats and such. It's a resale on that, $7.14. $31 out of 30, because I was already full before I picked up the Bane. By the way, when I say more time, I mean relative to when I decide to start the 310 to Kaboom mission. Did you see the original 310 to Yuma and the remake? I don't think I've ever seen the original. But I have seen the
A
remake.
couple of you have learned that Handsome Jack's my boyfriend. If you're worried that means I'm just a pretty face who got this town as an anniversary gift, well, you know where to find me.
Chip on her shoulder much? You know where that expression comes from? In olden times, and I don't really know how far back this goes. I think they did this sort of thing in the Old West. If you were inviting someone to challenge you know, like to a friendly sporting contest, you would take a chip of wood and put it on your shoulder, and if they decided that they wanted to challenge you, well, I guess knocking the chip off your shoulder would be their way of saying that they accept your challenge. So the expression that that person has a chip on their shoulder basically means a highly competitive or combative person, or someone who has something to prove, whether to themselves or others. Well, there's somebody that fits the description of what Nisha was talking about.
Old Rover here looks way too big to sleep in that little shoebox anymore. You might want to escort him to some new digs.
So does that make this an escort mission?
Outside after hours. The sheriff's just looking for excuses.
Well, looks like I've turned this place into a ghost town.
I think they
Almost.
got it.
Didn't really need to toss two of them, did I?
Goodbye.
Damn it! Everybody stop raiding the mines! Iridium is Hyperion's #1 priority, so if you attack the miners or steal their equipment, the sheriff will come down on you. Don't give her a reason.
Let me go sell some stuff. This reminds me of Scrappy, returning Scrappy to Crazy Earl in Borderlands 1. And in this game, you'll hear
I disappear.
Earl say, "Scrappy? Where are you, Scrappy?"
I'm burning!
Hope you've had your shots.
That's pretty sad. 6 levels difference, and the higher level one is that much worse.
Next time you're bleeding to death, just think.
I mean, it's not that much worse.
Doctor's
It was only like, what was it, 1%? I wasn't paying attention.
Remember, we're always
20, yeah,
open.
1%, but still, it's the principle of the thing. Doggone it! Stop doing that. It's not the game, I know, it's my trackball. But if this would quit moving around against my will every time I sell something, then instead of selling the one above the thing I just sold, it'll sell the one below. Let's get a look at how this is built. Good parts. This is all Malawan back here with a Vladov barrel. Plus this thing. I forget what that does. But it looks stupid on a sniper rifle. Mercurial. That was a prefix that was used in Borderlands 1, 2 also as well.
See you real soon, I'm sure.
Nothing like a good sale. Party on it for. Nothing like a good sale.
Fuse time way too high.
Said well, friend.
Would be interesting to see how this affects shotguns.
This is Deputy Wayne. Don't be caught outside after hours.
Curfews are for chumps.
This is the sheriff. If you're here, that means one of two things. You're looking for a nice, quiet life, or I'm gonna watch you kick out your last hanging from one of my gallows. Given how boring things can get around here, I do hope it's the latter. Welcome to Lynchwood.
I'm gonna need a plain, basic singularity grenade before I confront Nisha. It can be used to pull her down off the roof of that one building that she likes to be on.
Can't hear you.
Goodbye.
Slice you up. Can't see. This is toxic.
Messed that one up. Higher resale. Obvious priority. That sound Dukino makes actually sounds like a dog. That's been run through a sound filter.
Sheriff, reminding you what
If he ain't dead, I'll keep you that way. Make good use of that.
Zer0, you won't find better merchandise anywhere else. I made sure of that.
Now I won't need the Bane. It screws with my gameplay style, which is based on maneuverability. Sort of a matching set. This with this, Troublemaker, Pushka, would be even more matching. If this had a dull barrel, but I forget what you call that.
A pleasure as always. Thanks for the scratch. May it keep you safe in your travels. I'm sure we'll be doing this again soon enough.
Shops reset. Longbow Merv. But the fuse time is too high. Imagine a longbow sticky Merv
I need your business.
with a fuse time between 0 and 1.
Try not to die.
Alright. Well, Striker. But it's not perfectly parted. Actually, it doesn't need to be perfectly parted. It only, to be at its best, it only needs to have a Jacob's forearm. Incorrectly referred to in game as a grip.
Come back anytime.
Please insert any donated organs into the receptacle.
Guns! Glorious guns!
Level 22. Wanted to see what the difference in accuracy would be between these two, and it's not much of a difference. But of course, that's probably because this has a banded forearm.
See you soon. Let me know if anything.
Not necessarily a bad feature to
No
have
words, my friend. No refund.
on a Hyperion shotgun. Just my opinion. That's right, I cleared out the garage already.
Welcome, customer.
Throwing sludge, with a reasonable fuse time.
Farewell, friend.
Despite being an ordinary green, that would actually be a decent
Fix that. From me,
grenade
if
type.
you want to live. I'll patch you up whenever you need it.
I'll play around with this later. Ordinary. Singularity. Huh. Looking good. White, green, blue, purple.
Hey, Sam.
Ammo maxed, yes. Just to review. Next Red Rock purchase. 100, right?
You found something yet?
Yes. And it'll be this, followed by this,
You know where to
as
find
per standard procedure. Look at that piece of junk.
Every day, the sheriff of Lynchwood sends whatever iridium she's yanked from the mines back to Jack. That stops today. You're gonna blow up the train that she uses to transport the stuff. Get to the demolition depository.
I just remembered that I forgot my plan. My plan was to go there and kill all those rats and then accept the mission, so there'd be less of a risk.
The sheriff has asked me, Deputy Winger,
If they'd get in my way,
to
it'd
remind
slow
you
me
all of the individual
down.
punishments for breaking her 283 laws. I'd read the whole list, but I'm just gonna go ahead and save us all some time. Dead. The punishment for everything is death. So please, keep your head down and be cool.
See if I can just rush in here and do this quickly.
You can get a bomb cart from that depository. Shut the door at the end of the track before the bomb reaches it. Damn, you strong. Take it to the abandoned train tracks. You're gonna put it on a collision course with the sheriff's Hyperion train. I had one of my slabs set up a detonator for the bomb cart. Get to it before the train leaves.
Let me tell you something about Brick. We snagged him during the fall of New Haven. He never sold out his friends, but his puppy, it was this little brown thing. Once I wrapped my hands around its neck, Brick lost it. You could barely hear the crack of the bone over his sobs. I mean, actual sobbing, like a baby. It was pretty embarrassing.
Being in touch with your emotions is not a character flaw.
It's right on top of the train. Hell yeah! No more Iridium coming out of Lynchwood now, that's for sure. Let me know when you're ready for the next thing.
Gotta say, that's pretty irritating. The Iridium mine's half the reason this town exists. Well, credit where credit's due. You really know how to push my buttons. I hear that after Brick escaped our custody, he tracked down the guy who betrayed New Haven to Hyperion. Somebody named Shep Sanders. Brick gouged his eyes out with his thumbs and cracked his skull open like an egg, all while poor Shep screamed for mercy. Her friend Roland kicked him out of Sanctuary after that. You Vault-Hunters think you're different from bandits, but you're not.
He was a traitor. What's the big deal?
Ghost. Gotcha.
I'm having too much fun, Marcus.
Goodbye.
Almost screwed that up. Finish him.
Warning, non-compliance will result in you. Warning, you are now entering a restricted area.
Finish him. But do you see the technique that both Jack and Nisha use to maintain social control? It's not just about inflicting pain and death. It's about imposing fear. Fear that your loved ones will be tortured, maimed, mutilated, killed, etc. The idea is to break the spirit of resistance. And because Shep collaborated, that's why he got what he deserved. And to believe otherwise is to be a Neville Chamberlain defeatist appeasement. A social policy that doesn't work. Defeatism is treason. Appeasement is treason. Overeager on my part. I usually have more difficulty with that 310 to Kaboom mission because I end up taking the mission, having a different mission selected when I trottle upon this territory right here. Then that mission starts on its own. So my mind is on something else at the time that mission starts. Because I initiated the mission not consciously, I guess. So I end up failing the mission the first time, typically. Also because these rats get in my way.
Over here.
Good enough resale despite being the white label. Same for that. There was there he is. Lab rat.
I disappear.
Hold on just a moment. Well, I'm going to have to go help a friend with some outdoor work in a few minutes.
Deputy Winger reminded you that you could always run. The sheriff won't follow you out of Lynchwood, and I certainly won't. Please, just leave. Save yourself.
Bucket wheel excavator. So I'm going to go turn this in.
Offering $500 for every slap scout. Slapking's none too happy about what she did to him, so keep your eyes open.
If he ain't dead, I'll keep you that way. mentor. Lovely. A pleasure as always.
Two-Fang. Never understood why Two-Fang counts as a skill. In my neck of the woods, we would call that a negligent discharge. $29, and my other was what, $27? This is a keeper. Even though it's a plain old white, that's just fine.
You've robbed my bank, shot at my town, and destroyed my train. I like you. Main Street. Pistols at high noon. Come alone.
Does it actually... Do you get... I don't think you get extra points for it literally being high noon. There is a clock somewhere in town, isn't there? I recall there being a clock.
You're an organ donor, right?
You do score extra credit for not killing Deputy Winger because, you know, he's a reasonable person.
Ghost.
Really? Screwed that up.
I'll throw you in the jug. Shotgun Rhino Black.
What are you doing? Actually, I should ask, what are you on? You didn't think you were going to outdistance me with that, did you?
You think you ought to be...
Good enough resale.
Howdy, partner.
Do not shoot the deputy. It's already checked off. How is that? Why is that? Hesitate.
Wait. Did you actually just kill my girlfriend? That's kind of pissing me off.
Leave us alone!
Huh. That's it, then. Follow it back.
Just die already! You're worse than the midgets!
Not bad, not bad. That looks like it's perfectly parted. Let's see what kind of scope it has. Can't open menu bullshit. Think that's a Vladov scope. We can still call this perfectly parted. All Malawan where it matters.
You're nothing! Get your ass down!
Goodbye.
Shoot him!
Not killing you, Winger. You're too reasonable. Bet you didn't figure me for a lawful good, did you?
Ghost.
Lawful good Huffleclaw. Doesn't mean I don't have chaotic traits too. It's just that when I do, I prefer to be chaotic good. Now, where to put this skill point? Of course, here. I don't think I ever noticed it before, but Nisha says, "Well done," after you kill her. Her last words. She may be evil, but she's lawful evil. One more of these to get. I forget where it is. And I don't feel like looking for it, and I don't feel like looking it up. So I'll do that some other time. Not concerned with farming for the sheriff's badge since I can't use it anyway.
Hedge your shots.
Could pass it on to another character, which is what I'm going to do with this. Not using optics precision or fearless.
Pleasure doing business. Thanks for the scratch. Good luck.
Skipping this, which I know I've mentioned before, just reiterating. Nothing to do now, but my favorite mission, well, one of my favorite missions, because it's action-packed the whole way through. Double 11-pounder. One of the best shotguns you can have early on for the early game normal mode.
Fire gun already. Don't get killed.
Hunk of burning.
Good luck.
Elvis Presley reference. You know, did you ever notice Brick's belt buckle in Borderlands 1? It's different in this game. It doesn't have the styling on it. TCB with a flash. That's an Elvis Presley reference. It means taking care of business in a flash. My two favorite launchers, the Bombardier and the Panorama. This has pretty good parts. Why not? I'll give one of my other characters a gift. Several gifts.
Different in the old days.
Different in the old days, no kidding. I used to melt you guys with a pestilent defiler in Old Haven. Fuse time too high. Oh, come on. Why does that happen? Hey, Mike. Got a madhouse.
How you doing, fellow Vault Hunter? Oh, got something you might want. Sorry, I got no more loot on you. If you see me again later, though, I might have something.
FYI, it may take some serious convincing to get Claptrap to head to Thousand Cuts.
This one and this one.
We need to find a way off this planet.
Oh, I could go ahead and sell these. Slag. This is gonna be fun. Just like Brick said. One has a bandit forearm, the other has a Hyperion forearm, and yet they both have the same capacity. Stash the fire one. Maybe I should take the Bane just to have some fun with it. I've got this and this. Don't think I'll need this.
Hey, Slab.
Hey, Slaboid.
You can never be too well armed.
Sell this one.
I always buy guns you don't need.
Think I'm looking good. I'll finalize my decision next episode. Blue, purple, blue, magenta. Purple, blue, white, blue. Magenta, 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 blue, green. Only one green? Well, maybe I should switch back to my plain old ordinary singularity. Oh, I'll decide on that next time. It won't make a huge difference. Till next time, catch you on the flip side, and see you next mission, Slaboids.